To honor and empower wounded warriors is the mission of the Wounded Warrior Project. I have a lot of family that was in the military. Countless of uncles that's military veterans, a cousin who is currently in the military, and a cousin that was killed in action. The main points I'm going to cover today is the brief history of the Wounded Warriors Project, how the Wounded Warrior Project serves, and how much money is spent for wounded soldiers. Brief history. First, let's discuss the brief history of the Wounded Warrior Project. From the Wounded Warrior Project website, it states, Wounded Warriors Project, also known as the WWP, began when several veterans and friends, moved by stories of the first wounded service members returning home from Afghanistan and Iraq, took action to help others in need. What started as a program to provide comfort items to wounded service members, it has grown into a complete rehab effort to assist warriors as they made the transition back to civilian life. Today, the WWP has grown into a nationwide project. There's countless of areas, and I'm pretty sure there's one in Springfield that fundraise money to help the wounded soldiers. Tough Mudder and Elks Foundation are also another organization that helps fundraise for the Wounded Warriors Project. Secondly, let's discuss how the Wounded Warrior Project serves. Soldiers are coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq with wounds, physical wounds, and wounded mentally, such as PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome disorder, and other combat-related stresses. The WWP provides rehab centers for those who are physically wounded, and they also have psychological rehab centers for those that are wounded mentally. Soldiers that have lost legs are given prosthetic legs, and they go to one of the rehab centers, and they teach them how to walk and run with the prosthetic legs. So, like earlier, the soldiers with PTSD and other combat-related stresses, they got psychological doctors that help them, and also they got older veterans that show up in volunteer time to help them with their own experiences, so it becomes a combined effort to help people cope with PTSD. Thirdly, let's discuss how much money is spent for the Wounded Warriors Project. From the website Charity Navigator, 77% of all money that they raise goes to help aid wounded soldiers. The rest of the money is used for program expenses and administration expenses. Over $70 million was raised to help fund the recovery of wounded soldiers. As this speech comes to an end, I've covered three main points: the brief history of the Wounded Warriors Project, how the Wounded Warriors Project serves, and how much money is spent for the wounded soldiers. Again, my family has always supported the military, and we believe every service member should be honored because they're willing to give their lives for their country. And the Wounded Warriors Project is there to help those who came back to the United States injured. Thank you for your time.